What's going on, Millennial Morticians? We are live from the Faveo booth. Make sure you check them out, faveo.org. They are the sponsors for today's video. I have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jared Tanke with the Foresight companies, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely happy to have you. You're part of this millennial wave that I've been talking about at the convention this year, just the exciting things that's going on that's taking place. What makes the time now so right for people our age to be in funeral services?
This is just a profession that I think is, there's so much, you can see the passion, the families that people are serving.
Yeah.
It's just such a, I don't know, it's so wholesome. And, certainly with, the way technology is going, there's innovation in the profession. You come to the convention, you see new vendors.
Absolutely.
New products out there, new services. It's just, I don't think there's a better time to be in funeral service than now.
Absolutely. Now, I've known over the past couple of years about your company and what you guys do. And so you guys have been able to not just only get young people, but retain young people. How is that? And what makes Foresight companies so unique in that perspective, in that way?
Yeah, so, we obviously specialize in succession planning, valuations, helping people get into, whether it's their first acquisition or their 50th acquisition, we're helping in that process. And, it's fulfilling to see young, whether it's the next generation, whether it's they're already working there, it's someone that's already working there, it's a son or daughter,
right?
Buying the family funeral home, or they're venturing out on their own. We try to help them. A lot of times they don't think they can do it,
right?
So we look at it, we say, hey, here are the financials. You can, we think you can do this,
right?
And it's just nice to see them take ownership, and it's.
Right.
These are, I'm a millennial, so it's just getting
right.
young
And
people
we're
back
living in a time where it's hard to get comfortable. And
yes.
So you guys make that process comfortable, because that's a hard thing to do.
It is. And so we try to make it as seamless. That's, you look at the acquisition process. I mean, there's a lot. You're looking at, financials. You're trying to look at how you're going to operate this. You're looking at records.
Yeah.
You're looking at, all right, all sorts of, getting into HR and payroll, all those things.
Right.
While still running a business and taking care of families, that's first and foremost, right?
Absolutely.
And so we just try to make it. We try to at least handle a lot of that back end stuff, working with the bank, making sure financing's going to go through and all that. Just make it let the funeral director take care of what they do best.
And what's a big change that you've noticed right now in funeral services with the way people are buying and selling funeral homes, the age range, things of that nature?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing a lot of younger people express interest. So we get phone calls a lot from whether they're just working at a funeral home and they've just expressed interest,
right.
Or they currently own, maybe they even own a funeral home and they're looking to expand.
Wow.
So we're seeing a lot of that. It's just you can see there's a lot of business owners that are ready to retire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a lot of change of ownership right now, and we're seeing a pretty big influx of phone calls. People just raising their hand, looking to make that succession happen.
Wow, and that's a big thing in this industry, succession and moving forward. But I know it's really big on keeping that family legacy alive, and keeping that name alive, and that brand, because the brand is what people really remember, right?
Yes, the heritage is everything.
Right.
We work with sellers all the time, and they'd rather sell to someone who's they know is gonna retain that and keep that presence alive,
right,
rather than just selling for the top dollar.
Absolutely.
One thing that we always we're very proud of at Foresight is over half of our deals do not go to the highest offer.
Wow, did not know that.
So that's
Say that one more time for people to hear, because that's what this industry is about, care, right?
People, there are so many owners out there that care more about the heritage and preserving their legacy in the community, right, that they're willing to forego some of that purchase price. They're willing to forego that to make sure it gets
put in the right hands.
Put in the right hands.
See, like you pass the football.
Yes, exactly. You get it.
Wow, yeah, that's important. That's important.
So it makes it really fulfilling for me,
right,
to see that. Just because it's not give me the most money and
right,
I want to
be gone with it, right?
Yeah,
there's compassion, there's heart and care in that. Incredible. So, is there anything that you want to say on behalf of the Foresight companies? Is anybody you want to shout out? Anything that you want to say?
Well,
you work for an incredible company.
Well,
New Orleans last year. If you guys should check out Foresight companies parties. If they have one tonight, best believe I will be there, because the networking, the fun, the love. I mean,
Well,
it was unforgettable.
I appreciate that, and
Unforgettable.
it's always great to be support the profession, be here. This is my 4th or 5th. I'm 6 years in the profession, and I love coming out here, making new connections. Being on here, this is a first for me, so
Absolutely.
I'd like to say thank you
Absolutely.
for the opportunity,
Absolutely.
and just really looking forward to seeing what's in store for the profession and this next generation. So
It's looking bright. The future's looking bright. Well, guys, I'm your host, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast at Engraves. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to happy to have you back. And
Thank you.
Looking for the next party that Foresight throws.
absolutely.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
All right, catch you on the next one, guys.